All right, the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. Wow. These earbuds, there's so much to talk about these. There's a lot of great features on here, great fit, way better than, in my opinion, the Galaxy Buds 2 and better than the Galaxy Buds Pro. And for a while, we didn't know if these were going to be the sequel to the Buds 2 or the Buds Pro, and with the name of the Buds 2 Pro, it was still a little confusing, right? But after actually using them, it doesn't matter which one they're the sequel to. I would say they're probably the sequel to the Pro, but either way, they're substantially better than either one of those. There's so many cool features on here, fantastic sound quality, great active noise cancellation, great microphones, and a lot more we're going to talk about in this video. Not everything's perfect. We're going to talk about the cons as well, but I want to start off with my favorite category with a pair of earbuds like these, and this is going to be the features and the controls, something that Samsung always excels with so much. So getting into the features that these have, there's really a massive array of features. But starting off, we can easily switch between Galaxy devices, like the Galaxy Watch, or more recently, a TV as well. And so this is really useful if you're obviously in the Samsung ecosystem. So for example, using a Samsung phone, I'm gonna go for a run, leave my phone at home, I can instantly switch over to my Galaxy Watch. Additionally, we have voice detect on here, another feature we've seen previously from Samsung. When you're playing music, you can just start talking. If somebody walks over to your desk, it'll turn your music down, pause it, turn on ambient, and you can talk to whoever you're talking to. And then when you're done talking, after like 10 seconds, the music will resume. You can control if single, double, triple tap is enabled, and this is kind of new to enable each individual one. So if you say, you know what, I hate single tap, let's just do double and triple, you can enable those. And for tap and hold then, not only can you enable or disable that, you can also choose exactly what that does from volume controls, which I don't use and I'll show you why in a second, or you could do like Spotify or Assistant or something like that. And speaking of assistants, we have Bixby Wake Up on here if you're into that. Of course, there's an equalizer, the ability to read your notifications just in general or read by specific apps that you enable. We've got ambient sound that works during calls if you want it, which I personally use. I like talking on the phone and hearing myself talk, so I'm not yelling, and also so it's not like a weird environment for me. But you can turn this off if you want to not hear yourself talk when you're on the phone. We have in-ear detection for calls, again, meaning that if you're on a phone call and you take the earbuds out, it'll switch over to speakerphone. Very easy to do that and not have to answer a call and say, oh, it's connected to my earbuds, I don't know where my earbuds are, and then you're like trying to switch, on your phone. Next, we have a really interesting and new one. This is not one I've seen on any pair of earbuds in the past, and it's using the accelerometers on the earbuds to actually determine when your neck is looking down too much. So if you're looking at your phone for more than 10 minutes, you'll get an alert, a little notification on your phone that you should look up and stretch your neck, and it's supposed to be good for your posture in general. It's something that I've actually already experienced. You don't realize how long you're looking down at your phone, but even just doing my sound quality test, which I've been using these for a while, but when I was making this video, I was just going through songs and trying to figure out what was good and what was not good about these earbuds, and I was looking down the whole time. And then after, it seemed like a minute, but it was actually 10 minutes, it notified me that I was looking down for too long. We also have in Samsung Labs in there, you can actually go into gaming mode. And what I was saying about the controls earlier, the reason I don't use the touch and hold for volume is because you can double tap the earbud edge to control the volume. A great feature that I really love to see on Samsung earbuds. It's been around for a couple years now. I'm not sure why it's still in Samsung Labs. I think it's a great feature, and I really wish they would kind of just streamline that in with the rest of the controls, but regardless, great feature to have. And of course, if you lose the earbuds, you can do more than just have them chirp. With Samsung SmartThings Find, you can go in there and see where they were last connected to your phone and things like that. These earbuds are definitely impressive, but we need to compare them to the best on the market. So if you want, go on down and leave a comment and let me know what you want me to compare these to. I think my next video is probably going to be comparing these to the Pixel Buds Pro. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about that. And while you're down there, definitely click that subscribe button so you don't miss that video. So like I said, a massive set of features, and honestly even more when you dig into accessibility. But now let's talk about another very impressive aspect of these earbuds, being the sound quality. So the sound quality on these overall is really good in my opinion, with a fantastic balance, warm and powerful bass, and then sub bass being rumbly and clearly very capable. Around 30 to 40 hertz, you're really getting a lot of punch out of that. And then the bass drums are clean and powerful. You're getting a natural full sound with, like I said, great balance and a fun signature that presents vocals well also, while delivering detailed highs and a clean, strong beat in the lows. Instrument separation and low-level detail are definitely good on these, not quite industry-leading, intriguing. Like, they're not quite Sennheiser and Bang & Olufsen level, but they're still better than a lot of previous Samsung earbuds, which is to say, they're a very close second. They're really, really good as far as sound quality goes. I would say that these have a good weight and a pretty good head stage as well, but as I was alluding to with the low level detail, they could use like a tad more depth, and that would put them at the #1 like best sounding earbuds. That's really the only thing holding them back. As far as getting into actual songs I've listened to, Slow Ready by Goose on their newer album has great dynamics and pleasant vocals. And then if you listen to Downhill by Drake, this is a great example of the balance where there are a lot of different, very, very different frequencies that on other earbuds might eclipse each other, and that did not happen with these earbuds. Listening to the snaps earlier on the song, they're not sibilant as they might be with a lot of other earbuds, and the whole song really comes together, like I said, without eclipsing any other frequency bands. Okay, so that's a lot about what these earbuds do, but I didn't actually talk that much about the case or the design in general. So the case of these earbuds is really familiar, as you guys might recognize this kind of square design on the front. Personally, I'm a big fan of that. I like it when you can open up the earbuds. They can sit open on a desk like that. Wireless charging on the bottom, Type-C on the back. Really a great case design, and why change something that already works well? The case inside has, obviously the two little earbuds. One kind of tiny gripe with this is that they look like they would go in like vertical, but they kind of rotate a lot more than you think. The earbuds almost go in like sideways. And so this means that when you put it in, like it usually slides over where it should be, but I've had a couple instances where I put them in and they didn't quite settle down where they were supposed to. But once you get used to it, absolutely no complaints with the case design. The earbuds themselves look really similar to the previous generation, specifically the Galaxy Buds Pro. However, these are 15% smaller than the Pros. When you're wearing them, you can absolutely tell that. There are 3 different colors. There's a purple, which I have right here. We've got the black and of course a white one as well. I actually really like all of these a lot because they are matte, and one of my biggest complaints about the Pros, besides like, anything functional, just from the aesthetic point, was the mirror finish. I really didn't like how the Pros looked, and so having a matte finish like this looks great. Just a subtle earbud that is very compact, very small, and you can leave a comment. Let me know how you think these look. Personally, I'm a big fan of the aesthetics here, but they also have IPX7 water resistance. So if you're working out, they fit really well. We'll talk more about fit in a second, but the water resistance means that sweating or dropping them in a puddle or whatever, anything that happens with water, these are probably going to be okay. The case, unfortunately, does kind of get scuffed a little bit easily. It's not really that bad because from every kind of small damage I've done to it so far, you can kind of rub it off and it comes back to looking normal, but it does scuff a little bit easy, something to be aware of. Like I said, with fit and comfort, they are very secure, which again, I didn't expect this. I always loved the wingtips on the Galaxy Buds Plus and the regular Galaxy Buds as well, and Samsung moving away from that was always a little disappointing. The Buds Live never fit in my ears very well. The Buds 2 would fall out all the time, specifically of my left ear, and the Buds Pro stayed in reasonably well, but still weren't really that great for me, and they were kind of hit or miss. A lot of people really didn't like them. And so, again, no wingtips, so take this with a grain of salt. Everybody has different ear geometry, but for me personally, these stay in substantially better than I thought. I went for a 4-mile run the other day, like a pretty fast run at that, and it was really hot out, and the earbuds, I never once had to even adjust them. They stayed in perfectly the entire time, incredibly light. My ears didn't feel stuffy. I was just really happy with the fit and the comfort of these earbuds. Diving into the active noise cancellation, they're calling this intelligent ANC on here, and basically when you're using it, what is it actually like? So I would say it's definitely very clean, so you don't have a lot of white noise or hissing or anything like that, and it's actually substantially more powerful than I expected. So you're able to block out a lot of sounds around you, very, very capable of blocking low frequencies very well, and keep in mind, this only comes with silicone ear tips, so if you swap these out for some foam tips, I'm sure you could block out higher frequencies as well and really have a very impressive pair there. Now let's actually get into a microphone test. All right, so I'm outside right now by a pretty busy road. It's also really breezy, and there's a box truck right there, so tons of sound. Leave a comment and let me know how these are performing. And now for reference, this is what these sound like indoors in a much quieter environment. So getting into some of the pros with these earbuds, like I said, the active noise cancellation is actually really, really good. The sound quality is really good. The fit and comfort is really good. I love the design, the aesthetics. They check a lot of boxes. And on top of that, they're coming with a future-proof Bluetooth 5.3, and then additionally, without active noise cancellation, you can get up to 29 hours of battery when you're including the case, but not everything is good with these. Like I said, we can get scuffed on these a little bit. The transparency mode is decent enough, and I would give this maybe like a B- rating, but I can still hear everything around me, but it doesn't sound like very natural. It sounds a little bit muffled. Additionally, although these have great sound and they have Samsung's scalable codec, if you're using Samsung phones, you're getting 24-bit audio. If you're not using Samsung phones, there's no higher level codecs. You're limited to just SBC and AAC. They don't have aptX, so if you don't have a Samsung phone, you're kind of out of luck with this. In addition to that, if you have an iPhone, you can technically connect these, but you're not going to be able to get any of the settings we showed you in this video because there is no available app for iPhones. Again, Samsung just trying to play Apple's game there. Unfortunately, although you get a great battery life when ANC is off, if you turn on active noise cancellation, which let's be honest, you're probably going to do this, you only get 5 hours in the earbuds and 18 hours with the case. And then my biggest complaint with these is although they're able to switch between Samsung devices, what if you don't have a Samsung device, right? Like what if you're using a Windows laptop and you're using a Galaxy phone, or even a MacBook and a Galaxy phone? In that situation, there is no multi-point connection. That's a big problem for me because I do use a MacBook and I want to use Samsung devices, and switching between them would just be so nice, and it's something other earbuds already do. Samsung needs to add that feature. So in conclusion here, before I was really unsure if these were going to be a sequel to the Galaxy Buds Pro or the Galaxy Buds 2. And as it turns out, they're kind of a sequel to both. They're better than the Pros, they're better than 2s, and these, in my opinion, are easily the best earbuds Samsung ever made. The matte finish, the cool new features, the improved sound quality make these a clear upgrade over the previous generations of Samsung earbuds, while simultaneously checking almost all of the boxes for earbuds, in my opinion. From top-notch water resistance to Bluetooth 5.3, solid microphones. The only really downsides here are the battery and the lack of multi-point connectivity. And honestly, I would say these probably have a really good chance at being the best overall earbuds of 2022. Too early to tell, but leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. I personally really enjoy these. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing. I'm Mike O'Brien. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.